Okay guys, quick switch in scenery today. I actually came out to the gym back at our house. The internet is being funny. We kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, which is wonderful, especially for social distancing, because we don't see anybody for days at a time. But when storms come in and things like that, our internet kind of goes haywire. And so our internet's kind of been really hickey and finicky over the last few days. So I apologize about Thursday and Friday and not being able to get some stuff out. But and I know who lives without internet these days. It's crazy. Anyway, but I did want to get a quick video out for you guys for the workout for today. So if you have not been doing the QP warm-up, the quadruped warm-up that I posted from before, continue on with that, guy. I know it gets kind of monotonous and things like that, but honestly, if you've not been doing it consistently, you're not going to really reap the benefits of gaining some of that new range of movement. If you have, then I put up a new warm-up that's standing, that still will push the boundaries on some of that range of movement, but is much more responsive to getting the brain to wake up and control the body and so on and so forth. So it's actually really good in and of itself anyway. So again, QP stretch first, if warm up first, if not the QP warm up, then the new standing warm up. Cool. But as of today, we're back to a structural workout. So what we've got is a little bit of a beast position, what we call a kick under and hip press. I'll show you what that is. We have a set of 10, which is going to be 5 for either side. Again, I'll demonstrate that here in just a moment. We have 3 rounds of that, resting as needed in between, but I would try and keep it to 30 to 45 seconds. Keep it the rest times fairly short. With the low load, we should be able to do that and still, get a good stimulus. So then we have a tempoed air squat, and it's a 1.5 squat. So basically you're going to hit all the way down to the bottom, you're going to come halfway back up, head all the way down to the bottom, and then all the way back up, and it's tempoed. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tempo to that, and I'll explain that as we go through that as well. 3 rounds of 10 of those. Then we have 3 rounds of 10 with a single leg box squat, or a single leg squat to a chair. I have a box here today, but most of you at home will probably not have a box. So you can do that from a chair or a stool or whatever you can kind of sit down and touch your rear to. From there, we're going to go into a push-up challenge. The push-up challenge in and of itself is a dandy one that we use here and there. This one is going to be on the shorter side. It's a 10-minute AMRAP. AMRAP means as many rounds as possible. And the rounds are 5 push-ups, followed by 10 seconds of rest, and 5 push-ups, 10 seconds of rest, and so on and so forth. And you will want to count how many rounds you get inside of that 10 minutes, because we'll end up doing that again before too awful long and try and add a little bit to that. But if you're not really good with push-ups, I would stick to 3 push-ups. Do your 3 push-ups and 10 seconds, and so on and so forth. You can elevate your push-ups, doing them from a chair or from 2 chairs to get your hands a little bit wider. Again, trying to keep our arms about 45 degrees or so from our body, and make our way through all of that. Or you can go down to your knees. Doing push-ups from the knees isn't my preference. It does change the angles and kind of changes how your body reacts and that sort of thing. So I would much rather you actually elevate yourself and then keep your feet on the floor with a nice flat back, a nice flat legs, tight rear, tight belly, and all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, so you have a 10-minute AMRAP of that. Again, 5 push-ups, 10 seconds of rest, all the way through, count your rounds. When that's all over, we have a little ab finisher. And I'll demonstrate the ab finisher here in just a moment as well. Cool. So for our beast position, I'm going to step back here. It's a little bit far away, so I apologize about that. But from the bottom end, we're going to get down into our beast position. That is hands directly beneath the shoulders, knees directly beneath the hips. From our position here, we're going to take our right leg, that's the further leg, we're going to tuck it under our body, drop into a seated position. We have a nice stretch in the shoulder from here. Our feet are elevated, our feet are flat. Right? From here, we're going to point towards the sky. We're going to elevate our hips as high as we can get them. We're going to drop them back down. We're going to tuck that right leg back under into our beast position. From there, we're going to elevate to our left side. Again, drive the hips, drive the arms to the ceiling, back and down. That's 2. Switch back and over, and up is 3. And keep them nice and slow and controlled, just like this. Boom. Cool. Movement number 1. So our 1.5 squat with the tempo. We're looking for 3 seconds down, 1 second pause, move up halfway, 1 second pause, back down to the bottom, 1 second pause, 3 seconds back up. I'll show you how that's counted. So from the top end here, again, toes should be facing straight forward or a slight turn out, up to 15 degrees, no more. Driving the knees out, keeping our chest nice and tall. So expanding the chest from there. We're gonna sit down, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, pause. My knees are still wide. I'm gonna come up, pause, back down, pause, 3 seconds back up, 2, 3, touch, right back and down, 2, 3, pause, up halfway, pause, back down, pause, up, 2, 3, that's 2, and then right back and down. All right, so there's no rest in the top. Cool, 10 reps, 30 to 45 seconds of rest, 3 rounds of that guy. On the last one, I have my box here. Again, this is gonna be a chair or a stool or something like that for you. Standing on 1 foot, the other foot should be elevated out. Some people call this a pistol. We call it a single leg squat to a box, or single leg box squat, something like that. From the top end here, we're gonna keep a tall structure. We're trying to make sure that we don't release our low back from this. We're gonna keep that position as best we can. So abs are tucked in nice and tight, chest is elevated. We're nice and strong through here. Our low back is nice and neutral. We're gonna lower ourselves down to the box. As soon as we touch, again, I haven't let go of this position. We're gonna come right back and up. Touch, right back and down, touch, back and up. And touch, by touch, I mean just reaching the top position, and then back and down, touch, back and up, and so on. Cool, so 10 on your left, no rest, 10 on your right. Then you take your 30 to 45 seconds of rest, start over again, 3 rounds of that. We have our push-up challenge, then our ab finisher. This is gonna be fun. So, we're gonna have our first position is gonna be a feet elevated crunch. So my feet are elevated 90 degrees. I'm gonna touch my fingertips to the side of my head. Low back is flat to the floor. Crunch, crunch, and so on. 10 to 15 reps, 10 on the minimum, 15 on the maximum. From there, put our hands down flat. We're gonna touch our low back to the floor. In other words, we're tucking our abdomen in. If our low back does not touch the floor, we need to work on that. Cool? From here, we're gonna keep our legs 90 degrees. We're gonna reach down to touch our heels to the floor, keeping our 90 degrees and backing up. Now, I want you to only do that as far as you can without your low back touching the floor. Boom, backing up. Boom, backing up, and so on. Cool? 10 to 15 reps of that. When we're done there, legs come straight up. Now from here, we're gonna try and, we call these toes to the moon. And all we're doing is taking our toes and we're trying to touch the ceiling with them, right? So the idea here is we're gonna reach and touch, boom, reach and touch, and so on. 10 to 15 reps. When that's over, up for our Russian twist, we're gonna pull our abdomen in, make sure we're nice and solid through here. Feet are elevated off the floor. Reach, touch both hands to the floor. Reach, touch both hands to the floor. That's 1. Over and back is 2. Over and back is 3, and so on. 10 to 15 reps. 3 rounds of that. All 4 movements, 10, 15 reps each. Rest as little as possible in between, and then 3 rounds. Cool? That is a monster, by the way. It's pretty bad. So anyway, hope you guys like it. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.